The Garden of Eden, a paradise untouched and pure where every creature lived in harmony and every plant flourished. A place of innocence and purity where the first humans, Adam and Eve, walked with God in the cool of the day. Yet within this idyllic setting a serpent slithered, whispering doubt and temptation, sowing seeds of mistrust and curiosity. Eve, the mother of all living, found herself captivated by his words, her mind swirling with questions and possibilities. This encounter, recounted in the book of Genesis, holds profound symbolic meaning for humanity, echoing through the ages as a tale of choice and consequence. It speaks to the vulnerability of the human heart, the allure of forbidden knowledge, and the devastating consequences of choosing our own way over God's. It is a reminder of the eternal struggle between obedience and rebellion. Eve's interaction with the serpent, representing Lucifer, the fallen angel, is often interpreted as a metaphor for spiritual seduction, a battle for the soul. The serpent's cunning words and enticing promises mirror the temptations that whisper to us still today, urging us to stray from the path of righteousness. He appealed to Eve's desire for knowledge, her longing for something more, something beyond the boundaries set by her creator. The forbidden fruit, representing a departure from God's design, became irresistible, a symbol of the ultimate test of faith and obedience. This act of disobedience, this yielding to temptation, shattered the harmony of Eden, bringing with it a cascade of sorrow and regret. Sin, like a venomous poison, entered the world, fracturing the relationship between God and humanity, casting a shadow over all creation. The consequences were immediate and far-reaching, altering the course of human history and the very fabric of existence. Pain, suffering, and death cast long shadows over creation, a stark contrast to the paradise that once was. Yet, even in the midst of this tragedy, God, in his infinite mercy, offered a glimmer of hope, a promise of redemption, a light in the darkness. The seed of the woman, he declared, would one day crush the serpent's head, restoring what was lost, bringing hope and healing to a broken world. From the very beginning, God designed sex and marriage as a sacred union, a reflection of his own image. This divine blueprint was established to mirror the relationship between God and humanity, showcasing the depth of his love and commitment. In the book of Genesis we read, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." This passage highlights the importance of leaving behind one's old life to form a new, unified existence with one's spouse. This one-flesh union encompasses far more than just the physical act of intercourse. It signifies a complete merging of lives, dreams, and purposes. It speaks to a profound intertwining of souls, where two individuals become one in heart, mind, and spirit. This union is a covenant relationship built on love, commitment, and mutual submission. It is not merely a contract that can be broken at will, but a sacred promise made before God. Sex, within the bounds of marriage, becomes an act of worship, a celebration of the Creator's design. It is a way for couples to honor God through their physical union. This celebration is not just about physical pleasure, but about expressing love and devotion in a way that glorifies God. It is a physical manifestation of a spiritual reality, a testament to the unbreakable bond between a man and a woman, united as one. This bond is meant to be a lifelong journey of growth and mutual support. This sacred act, intended to mirror the love between Christ and his church, is to be cherished, protected, and honored. It is a divine gift that should be treated with the utmost respect and reverence. Marriage, as ordained by God, is a covenant, not a contract. It is a lifelong commitment that requires dedication, patience, and unwavering love. It is a journey of two individuals becoming one, facing life's joys and challenges side by side. This journey is marked by moments of joy, sorrow, triumph, and struggle, all of which serve to strengthen the bond between husband and wife. It is a picture of self-giving love, modeled after Christ's sacrificial love for his bride, the church. This love is selfless, putting the needs and well-being of one's spouse above one's own. In this sacred union, husbands are called to love their wives as Christ loved the church, laying down their lives for their brides. This means providing, protecting, and cherishing their wives in every aspect of life. Wives, in turn, are called to respect and submit to their husbands just as the church submits to Christ. This submission is not about inferiority, but about honoring the God-given roles within the marriage. Together, they are to create a home built on the foundation of faith, love, and mutual respect. This home becomes a sanctuary where God's presence is felt and His love is shared. It is a place where children are raised in the knowledge and fear of the Lord, and where the couple's love for each other serves as a testament to God's enduring love for His people. In this sacred union, husbands are called to love their wives as Christ loved the church, laying down their lives for their brides. This means providing, protecting, and cherishing their wives in every aspect of life. Wives in turn are called to respect and submit to their husbands, just as the church submits to Christ. This submission is not about inferiority, but about honoring the God-given roles within the marriage. Together, they are to create a home built on the foundation of faith, love, and mutual respect. This home becomes a sanctuary where God's presence is felt and His love is shared. It is a place where children are raised in the knowledge and fear of the Lord, and where the couple's love for each other serves as a testament to God's enduring love for His people. In this way, marriage becomes a living example of God's covenant with His people, a beacon of hope and love in a world that often misunderstands the true meaning of commitment and sacrifice. The world, however, often presents a distorted view of sex and marriage, one that stands in stark contrast to God's design. The sanctity of sex has been eroded by a culture that celebrates self-gratification and instant gratification. The sacred covenant of marriage is often treated as a disposable contract, easily broken when challenges arise. The proliferation of pornography, the casual hookup culture, and the normalization of premarital sex have all contributed to a devaluation of intimacy. Sex, once revered as a sacred act within the covenant of marriage, has become a commodity, a source of entertainment, and a tool for manipulation. This distortion of God's design has had devastating consequences. The rise of sexually transmitted diseases, emotional pain, and relational brokenness testify to the destructive nature of living outside of God's boundaries. The sanctity of marriage is under attack, with divorce rates soaring and the definition of family being redefined. The serpent's whisper in the Garden of Eden continues to echo throughout history, tempting humanity with the allure of forbidden desires. This ancient symbol of temptation reminds us that lust is not a new struggle, but a timeless challenge that has plagued humanity since the dawn of time. Lust, the insatiable craving for something or someone, often disguised as love or desire, can ensnare the heart and lead to destructive choices. It can cloud judgment, distort reality, and create a false sense of fulfillment that ultimately leaves one empty and yearning for more. Jesus, in His Sermon on the Mount, addressed the danger of lust, stating, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.'" His words were a call to purity, urging us to look beyond mere actions and examine the intentions of our hearts. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. This profound statement highlights the seriousness of our thoughts and the importance of guarding our minds against impure desires. Lust, even if not acted upon physically, defiles the heart and violates the sanctity of God's design. It corrupts the soul, creating a barrier between us and our Creator, and hinders our ability to love others genuinely and selflessly. Lust is not simply a fleeting thought or a harmless fantasy. It is a powerful force that can dominate the mind and lead to a cycle of addiction and despair, if not addressed with vigilance and prayer. It is a consuming fire that, if left unchecked, can rage out of control, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Like a wildfire, it can spread rapidly, affecting not just the individual but also those around them. It objectifies others, reducing them to instruments for personal gratification rather than seeing them as image-bearers of God, worthy of love and respect. Overcoming lust requires a conscious effort to cultivate purity, respect, and genuine love in our hearts and relationships. In the Bible, there are numerous examples of unchecked passion leading to dire consequences. Take, for instance, the story of King David and Bathsheba. David's desire for Bathsheba led him to commit adultery and even orchestrate the death of her husband Uriah. This act of unchecked passion brought about turmoil and tragedy within his own family. Another example is Samson and Delilah. Samson's infatuation with Delilah clouded his judgment, ultimately leading to his downfall. His unchecked passion for her caused him to reveal the secret of his strength, resulting in his capture and eventual death. These stories serve as cautionary tales reminding us of the destructive power of unchecked passion and the importance of self-control. In the grand narrative of redemption, Christ's sacrifice is the cornerstone. Through his death and resurrection, we are offered a path to redemption and a new way of living. It's an invitation to align our lives with God's design, to embrace purity and intimacy as he intended. When we respond to this call, we not only honor God but also experience the fullness of life he promises. Living out God's design for intimacy and purity requires intentionality and commitment. It's about more than just following rules. It's about embodying the principles of love, respect, and self-control. When we choose to live in accordance with God's plan, we create relationships that reflect his love and truth. This way of living brings about real, lasting fulfillment and joy. Cultivating a culture of respect and reverence starts with recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every person. It involves treating others with kindness, honoring their boundaries, and valuing their well-being. By fostering an environment where respect and reverence are paramount, we create a community that mirrors the love and grace of God. Choosing the path of life means embracing God's design in every aspect of our existence. It's a daily decision to follow his ways, to seek his wisdom, and to live out his principles. When we choose this path, we not only find true purpose and direction, but also contribute to a world that reflects his glory and goodness. Embracing God's design is the key to a life of meaning and fulfillment.